Amidst the cheerful chatter of playing children, there's a palpable tension in this tight-knit community, reeling from the shock of losing its largest employer, Winstone Pulp International.
It really does feel like a car crash happening in slow motion, and that we're getting to witness. And we're going to be the ones that have to pick up the pieces. And that's sad. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not crying about it this week, so that's good, eh? Because there was a couple of weeks there where we were all literally crying about it. There was a lot of tears.
Must be hard not to.
Yeah. I just feel sad now. Yeah. It's not what we choose. Yeah, and it's being done to us and it needn't have happened. So we've got 4 staff members that are directly affected with their partners losing their positions. We've got multiple families that are affected.
Many people fear that Raetihi will turn into a ghost town as the ripple effect from the mill closure creeps into households.
I think the number one thing that people from around the country don't understand is it's not 230 workers and it's not even the flow-on effects of those workers. The impact would be less if we were based near a city and we could travel to work to another major employer. We don't. There's not the ability to travel.
A flow-on effect that Dempsey Buses is far too aware of. It's one of a number of businesses connected to the mill that's losing workers or laying them off.
We've been doing staff transport for the pulp mill for 35 years. We transport people from Raetihi and Raetihi to the pulp mill and from Taipei to the pulp mill. And we've been doing that for 35 years, 4 times a day.
So what kind of impact does that have with the mill closing?
We've lost probably a third of our business. We've had to lay off 2 staff and probably going to have to end up selling some vehicles to just recoup some costs.
How's that been for you and your business?
Well, not easy. In the long term, we don't know how it's going to go really. It's still early on. I see a lot of more rental properties coming up for rental, so obviously people have moved out. People not knowing what they're going to do, because there's a lot of people who worked at the mills that have worked there for generations. So they've got all their family here, so they've only ever known living in these towns. So if they're going to move away, they don't really know away. They only know here.
The local cafe is losing money too, about $800 a day compared to this time last year, as people tighten their belts or move away.
I've laid off my husband, of all people, but it meant we could keep our part-time staff, so he's gone back to his old jobs. We thought about selling before we heard about the mill closure. My house value has already dropped, so no one's going to want to buy a business and a house in an area that even the banks are saying they don't know if we're going to survive the next year. So that came from my bank manager, which I was quite horrified at.
Do you worry about the future of Raetihi?
Yeah, I do, because if everyone moves, there won't be anything. I like a ghost town myself. I like not lots of people, but it's not good for the businesses in the area.
Probably the saddest part for me is good that you're hearing about people having job interviews, but the jobs are all out of the area. And hearing of someone's got a job, they're moving out of the area, their whole family's moving, so that's a family gone, or dad's moving out of the area. So effectively you've got 1 foot out of the area already, and the chances are that the rest of the family will follow at some point. Yeah.
When people leave the area, what does that mean, first of all, for the childcare centre?
Our region is losing skilled workers, first of all. Our enrolments will drop. At the end of the day, that's viability and sustainability for our centre.
Because you run off the smell of an oily rag from the sound
of it.
We do,
absolutely.
So you need every one of those families.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. So.
And what about your personal situation? I understand your husband works at the mill?
Yeah. And he's sourced employment outside of the area. Feel slightly angry that we're pushed into that situation of potentially having a tow out of the area already.
Do you worry about the future of Raetihi?
Yeah, I do, because if everyone moves, there won't be anything. I like a ghost town myself. I like not lots of people, but it's not good for the businesses in the area.
But there are still many locals who are determined to stay put. They love living here in the Ruapehu district and calling this place home. However, their community resilience will be really tested in the coming months as those redundancy payments run out and the search for work becomes more desperate.